change and personal growth, things we all say we want. But what if our brains are actually wired to resist the very changes that could make us happier? The science behind this is absolutely mind blowing. Guys, welcome to Growth Academy channel where we explore the science and strategies for building a better, more fulfilling life. Today we are diving into fascinating truths about why our brains resist change and how you can overcome it to unlock your potential.
Well, that's a fascinating way to look at it. What made you start exploring this topic?
What completely stopped me in my tracks? Research shows that 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by February, and we keep making the same ones year after year, expecting different results.
That's such a shocking number. When you think about all those people starting with such high hopes.
And here's what makes it even more interesting. Studies shows people spend an average of 4.5 years in jobs they hate before making a change. I was actually one of those statistics.
Hmm, let me guess. You stayed in a situation you knew wasn't working?
Exactly right. For 3 solid years, I spent every morning complaining about my hour-long commute. Every single day. But did I look for a new job or consider moving? No, not once.
You know, what's wild about that? I had a similar experience with a toxic relationship. Stayed 2 years longer than I should have just because, well, it was familiar.
That's where the neuroscience gets fascinating. Research shows our brain actually process change as a threat. The same areas light up as when we are in a physical danger.
So, you're saying our brains literally can't tell the difference between starting a new job and running from a predator?
Precisely. And here's what's really mind bending. Studies show that familiar pain triggers less stress in our brains, right? Than uncertainty does. It is why we stick with the devil we know.
Well, that explains so much about human behavior, like why people stay in uncomfortable situations even when better options are available.
But there's the hopeful part. Research indicates people who push through and make intentional changes report 45% higher life satisfaction, even, when those changes are initially uncomfortable.
That's such a significant improvement. Have you seen this play out in real life?
Oh, absolutely. Let me share something I witnessed. A colleague of mine was terrified of public speaking, like physically ill before presentations, but she forced herself to join Toastmasters and now she's doing TED Talks.
So, um, what you're suggesting is that facing our fears actually rewires our brain's response to change.
Exactly that. And what's really incredible is that this kind of gradual exposure can reduce amygdala activation by up to 90% over time. We are literally retaining our brain.
You know, hearing all this makes me think differently about those small changes I've been putting off. Like that, coding class I've been meaning to take.
Exactly. And that's where this spillover effect comes in. Research shows that positive changes in one area tend to catalyze improvements in others. And it is like creating a domino effect of growth.
Well, that certainly puts a different spin on making changes. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, it's about taking those small steps now.
That's right. And here's what I find most empowering about all this. Every moment is actually a decision point. We are always choosing whether we realize it or not.
That really shifts the perspective from feeling stuck to recognizing we have options.
And when you understand the science behind change, you realize that every day, every moment really is an opportunity to make a different choice. These choices, however small they might seem, are literally reshaping our brains and our lives.
So, instead of making grand New Year's resolutions, we should focus on those small, conscious choices every day.
Exactly that, because the research is clear. It is not about massive overhauls, it is about consistent, intentional choices that add up over time. Your future self will thank you for starting now rather than waiting for, the perfect moment. If you find this helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights to help you grow in every aspect of your life.